Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network. We are joined once again by the fabulous Kellee Alexa Durrant. She is, she's multi-talented, fascinated, a mom, a grandma, a psychic, a medium. I mean, she has many hats to wear, but she's an awesome person. That's first and foremost. So welcome back. Good to see you.
It's great to be back. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Kellee. Would you mind introducing yourself to our listeners and tell us the name of your business?
Well, my name is Kellee, and my business name is Above and Beyond Healing, and it helps individuals heal on their own without having to go and spend a lot of medical costs on doctors and medicines. It's more of a natural healing. Mm-hmm. And which is so much better for your body and your health. And just take a deep breath and let's start.
And where the cards shall fall, I know you have a plan, or at least your guides do. What is our plan for the show today? There's a lot to you and the services and the types of people out there listening. There's a lot that she can help you with. So what's coming to you today?
Well, today I want to basically talk about a little trip that I went on.
Yay!
And I have a lot of different experiences that have happened in life. And some of them have not been the best. And I went on a trip this past week to all the old haunts of where some traumas and that happened.
Where was this, by the way?
All the way from Calgary, Alberta to Ontario.
Beautiful. Awesome.
I was in northwestern Ontario.
Okay.
And I went to my old hometown and saw a lot of changes there, and places where my parents had worked and played at also, which is also a very healing thing to do when you have had different traumas and different types of traumas in your life. And it's all about healing and coming to terms with that trauma, even though you may have had medical assistance and stuff like that through psychiatry or hypnosis or however it may be. There's something to be said about revisiting those places and looking at it as an adult now and in the third person and not letting those emotions kind of get mixed up in what you're seeing and looking at. And so I've been trying to post a video, and my system is not letting me post it yet. But I will get to that to try to get it compacted so it will post. Ooh. But it's about letting or not letting trauma rule your life, but letting yourself learn and grow from the experience. What did you learn? How did you learn it? Start journaling, start looking. And furthermore, look at nature. Look at how nature is so resilient. I mean, driving through the province of northwestern Ontario, and you see how rocky it is and everything else. It's the Canadian Shield. And you look at these trees growing up out of those rocks, and you're going, wow, isn't that nature at its finest? It is still living. It's still finding a way. And you look at that and you start looking at, what have I done? How have I grown? How have I changed? How am I looking at things now? And so by doing a trip like that, it really puts a different perspective
on things. Yeah.
On everything and how you look at it or how you deal with it.
Ooh.
Somebody got a shivers.
Yes. Oh, wonderful. And how long did the trip last?
I was gone for a total of 6 days.
Oh, and what is this video that you will upload? What does it have to do with specifically? Can you tell us?
It's going to be, and it is about one spot where I'd stopped and I did the video there, and about the resiliency, being resilient, being able to take yourself and mold and shape yourself. And if you look at nature, look at what it does. The moss, the trees, the grass, the water, and how it sustains life. And what are you doing to sustain yourself? And who are you allowing in your life? And how is that impacting you? So it's kind of amazing when you really get down to the basics of who are you really? Yes, you are part and parcel of the genetics of your parents who brought forth you, who made you, but are you really your parents? Who are you? And what have you done to create who you are? Or how have circumstances created who you are? And how have you let those circumstances create who you are?
Wow. Wow. This is deep. This is awesome. Great questions. Great thinking. Great. Wow. Wow.
On my trip, I had a carload of angels and archangels. And
they're all just there.
It got pretty cold in there when you got the angels in there. And I was saying to my mentor there yesterday, and I says, a good portion of them, I just wanted to see what it was all about. It was just to watch and look and have fun. They were wanting to have, and she says, yep, that sounds about right. There is.
No, wait, you were with your sister. Is your sister in tune as well? Is she, or does she?
I was alone on this trip.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No.
I heard, okay. Oh, so,
no.
Wow.
And I also had a dragon whose name was Fillmore. And the dialogue that was going on between the dragons, the dragon Fillmore, just one dragon, and he was kind of like an emerald green, and he just a very in-depth person. And Charles, who was the other or the main archangel that was with me, and he's 99.9% pure. You have to ask at what percentage or level are they, because then that defines if they're an archangel or an angel.
Okay, yeah, you mentioned this. Okay.
Yeah, so if they're between 60 and 90 or 60 and 80, they're just an angel. But if they're in their high 90s, and it has to be high 90s, like 98 plus, they are an archangel.
Now, is he with you all the time, or do they come in?
Charles is right now.
Okay, hi, Charles. And then how does the dragon work? What is the dragon's energy? And I think a dragon. Am I not supposed to think dragon? Is that a dragon a term for someone who's not as developed?
Dragon energy is what it is.
Okay.
A dragon. Think how big they are. Think of what, even in the fairy tales that you've heard and grew up with. Their energy is very much like what the fairy tales are.
Okay.
It really is. And one of the things that I had to laugh about on my trip was that Charles, my archangel, if you've ever seen that movie, Braveheart.
Oh gosh, Kevin Costner years ago. Yeah.
Or not Braveheart, Dragonheart.
Oh, okay. No, I haven't, but go ahead. Oh, okay.
Think of how that dragon was. The way he spoke was Charles. The energy that he had was Fillmore.
Okay.
So you put those two together and you listen to them having these diverse conversations and really intense and in depth.
Awesome.
And you start really kind of getting involved in the questions and the answers. And they ask you the questions. They ask you how you're looking at it, or what do you think? And you start getting into a really deep, deep conversation with them. And before you know it, the miles have just gone, and you look at the gas gauge and you go, oh, I missed the last fuel station. I
It's
better
like you're
stop.
in a trance. You're in a different zone. My goodness.
Yeah, but you're fully aware of what is going on around you at the same time. You see that bear or that eagles were very prominent for me to see on the trip. And it was just, you see these things and it registers, but you are so tuned in to what you are learning from the dragon and from Charles. And when you ask them a question, they were so willing to help you answer that question or to give you an answer.
Wow.
And when I asked Fillmore, I said, why are you with me right now, Fillmore? He says, my main goal is right now is to make sure that you have a safe trip and that there is nothing that's going to harm you. I am here to protect you. And when it gives me shivers.
Yeah. Wow. To be in your mind. I wish I was you. I wish I could feel and see and okay, so that's what he said. And then what did Charles say? Why was he there? He was guiding you as well. What was his purpose as the arc?
Charles is still here with me, and his purpose is to help me fine-tune some of my healing abilities so it's not so harsh, but it's more gentle, and to also bring it more effectively.
Wow.
So it's more in-depth and more angelic quality, because I am using angel healing abilities as I'm helping individuals, but he's helping me to fine-tune it all and to bring it all into perspective and how it's all really working. But he was also there to help teach me about letting go, just totally letting go and letting the past be exactly what it is, and to look forward to the journey for the new beginnings or a new day, and to appreciate and accept it even more than what I have been doing.
So will he be here for the time being, for while you're with your clients working with them, and then does he leave when his job is done and you've learned? Is that goes to the next?
Exactly.
Okay.
With an archangel, they can be omnipresent. They can be with you, but they can be with a few other people at the same time.
Okay.
Whereas an angel can only be with one person.
Okay.
And this is a big difference of an angel and an archangel.
Wow.
And an archangel has more healing ability
and power in a sense. Okay.
Yeah. And they also have different abilities. So one of the things that Charles is teaching me is how to be and speak more psychically with individuals and with clients. And one of the ways that this is a personal way that he brought it to me, is that I have a brother who's dying, and he's in Ontario. And that was one of the reasons why I went to Ontario, was to say my final goodbyes. And because he is so doped up on medications and drugs, you don't really have a good conversation.
No.
So Charles was there to help me talk with him psychically and to say my goodbyes, and he knows, so that was with Charles being there to help me talk psychically to my brother without the effects of the medications and everything else, so that it was like talking with my brother right now. Like I'm talking with you. And that's what Charles
was able to. Wow.
Yeah, he was able to.
This is beautiful.
Lift that so that I can talk with my brother. And that gives me goosebumps when I realize what he has done for me.
Was that him? I heard something.
Archangel.
I heard a door slam.
That's what angels and archangels can do.
Wow. Like you told me a few weeks ago, I had my angels around me, and I had the one with the career, one with the construction, one with the woman in the white dress. Those were angels. But do I have an archangel too? Everyone has. How does it work again? Could you explain that? Everyone has a
Spirit guide.
spirit guide. Okay, gosh, I got to write this down. Okay.
Yeah.
So
we
those are
all
spirit
have
guides.
spirit
Those aren't
guides.
angels. Okay, those are spirit guides. See, okay, I'm confused. Sorry.
Yeah. But you do have an angel over your right shoulder right now.
Hi.
And if you feel that breeze, that is her.
Oh,
And she's calming you down right now.
I'm always hyper. Thank you.
She's calming you down.
Good.
And yeah, she's showing me with her wings. They don't always have wings, but she's showing me wings. And that's how I could see her.
Beautiful.
And she's watching that out, trying to keep you calm right now.
Okay.
She's helping you, one of your spirit guides in that respect, the one that is helping you with transitioning into a new role, your work, and stuff like that.
Okay. Thank you. I need to calm. I'm the most uncalm person. I really have, I don't know if it's ADHD, probably the attention deficit hyper. I'm never calm. I never sit. I never relax. I'm always anxious. So that's me. So thank you, Angel, because clearly you're the right person.
Well, I have to ask you, what in the past has made you be like flight or fight?
My parents growing up, they didn't get along. They fought all the time. Bad, 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 bad. My dad was verbally very bad, mentally abusive. My mom became physically abusive with him. And I saw this all the time. And it was always, I acknowledged it, but I always had to go, go, go. I had to overachieve. I had to go to work. I had to do really good in school. I had to be a dancer. I had to get that.
You were running away.
Yes.
Now, why not face it? Accept what you had, accept what you saw, accept what you feel. Take a deep breath and blow it out and see how you feel. And look at the love that you had surrounding you.
Yeah.
You look like you can go to sleep.
I feel I do.
It was just that look in your eyes.
I really feel that I've let that go, but I still find in my life that things aren't going maybe the way I wanted or what I expect. But is it because of that? Did I really let it go? I feel like I've let it go and I'm okay with it. But it's something that I always think back, well, maybe that's why I have trouble with relationships. It's because I saw how my dad treated my mom, and that's why. But I feel like I've forgiven them, and I forgave my mom before she passed. My dad's still alive and he's forgiven. But yeah.
Yeah.
So you saying I haven't let it go?
No, it's
Okay.
still written in National Records that it's that fight or flight. It's still in there.
So even if I let it go physically here today, it's
well,
still,
I am rewriting as we talk.
It's gone far back in the past, probably, because
In other lives.
yeah, something I've been always fighting, I guess. That's my purpose here on earth, to kind of overcome that. Okay.
That is one of the reasons you're here, is to get over that experience and to be able to accept it, acknowledge, and put it back where it belongs. And it's not in a box in a cupboard. It's out there in the universe saying, I am done. I'm finished. It is complete. I don't need to run away from any of this. I can face it. I can stand up to it. I can be. It is not mine to take on. That energy was not mine to take on, but I took it on. But now I have to let it go.
Yeah, I don't want it.
Yeah. So I'm doing a little bit of tweaking here on your records, in your Akashic
As
records.
she's having a conversation live on air. Fascinating.
Yeah.
Wow.
Multitasking.
You clearly are a multitasker. Oh my gosh. Healing really above and beyond. My goodness. Kellee, Alex Durrant. Wow. So this is the type of work you do. You mentioned
Yes.
Akashic Records. Someone listening might not understand what that is, but that's tapping into your
Universal records
life.
and past lives, everything.
And that can be changed.
That's right. You can rewrite them to make it to be a more positive
outcome
for your greater good, actually.
Yeah.
So that it is not detrimental. You're not allowed to remove it from your records.
Okay.
You can only rewrite it so that you get the experience and you accept that experience in a healthy manner.
And a lot quicker than holding on to it and not being able to process it, get over it, get through it. So it doesn't linger as long. And how long does it take to work with someone on these records? How long does it take to rewrite someone and to help your clients?
In some respects, it depends on how much trauma
damage has been done,
what are all the issues and how far back you have to go. But as you progress in your growth and your healing, you can do it within seconds.
Wow.
As long as you have that ability to
that willingness to
those records. And in one of my past lives, I actually worked in the Akashic records with the Lord of the Akashic records. I was one of the clerks in a past. So knowing that and why I was able to get in there so easy and do the work.
Because you used to do it day in and day out. That was your job.
That was my job. Yeah, literally. And it wasn't until I had a course that I was taking on the Akashic records, and I was laying there on the floor, and boom,
it just came to you.
Yeah,
you're like, yeah, I know it. I know it. I got it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And my mentor, she turned around and she says, "Yeah, that's why." She says, "It makes sense now. How come you're so advanced in that?"
Wow.
So, yeah, it is so. And when you get in there, it is so quiet. It's almost like you're in a file, you're going like this to find
each little thing, or like the Rolodex. All right, this is a problem. She's got this, she got that. So if you're tweaking, reworking, and like, you were mentioning my past, the trauma, the letting go with the relationships and that. So you're seeing this in the cards?
Yeah. I see it in the cards. I see it in my head. I can feel it in my hands. I feel it throughout my body, but I don't take it on. I know how to let it
release it.
Yeah. I just feel it so I can, okay, this is going on. This is going on. Okay. Yep. They've got a problem with their vision, or they got a problem with their throat so that they can't really speak about what they are feeling, how they see things and whatnot. So that they've got an issue with the throat. Why? What happened? Go into their cache. They were hung, or they were choked, or they were drowned and couldn't speak, or they were mute, or they had their tongue cut out at some point. But you can go into that and assess what has been done and the damage and try to take that away and put the positive, the healing nature to each event.
Wow.
So that it helps them to be able to speak their truth and to be truthful with themselves, and which is very major when you're looking at something like that, and for someone to speak their truth.
Now,
And to be able to.
Now, people may come to you asking specifically for this, but what if does everybody have the chance to tap into their Akashic records? Does everybody's Akashic records needs to be tweaked, or no? Do people have some perfect records in a sense?
Actually, you have to be trained to get into the Akashic records.
Okay.
You just can't, nobody can just go in.
Okay.
If you could, can you imagine what would happen? Just stop and put your mind to that. What would actually happen if someone, I'm going to say Hitler.
Okay.
If he could use and get into your Akashic records, how would he change them and for what benefit?
Oh.
Stop and think. That's why you have to be trained, and trained properly and ethically.
And even better to be working as a clerk. How long ago? I mean, can you even describe it in time, or you can't?
You don't really know
how.
Time is irrelevant. What may be time there, what may be a day there, could be a year in our lifetime.
True. Okay.
So time is so irrelevant in it all.
Wow.
And
but you got this you're always peaceful, relaxed, and but this trip really did you well. You are just you're glowing. You got, maybe it's just Charles and is it Finmore? What was his name?
Fillmore,
sorry. Yeah, you're in a good place today. And yes, I'm trying to pull your energy in. I'm usually in a good place. For the most part, I'm a happy, positive person, but of course there's things that affect me. And then I'm like, not always happy and positive. But
and then you ask, when that happens, ask yourself, why? What's it bothering me? Mm-hmm. How far back does it go? What can I do?
Where can I? Yeah.
How can I fix that? What can I do to fix that? How can I accept that and let it go? How do I look at it? In what way?
Yeah.
Where
to let it go.
It's all right. Is it beneficial?
Got it. Lesson for everyone today. And you can work with people clearly anywhere around the world like you do. Tell us how we can reach out to you, please.
You can contact me on my Facebook page at Above and Beyond Healing. You can text me or phone at 403-561-6066, or you can send me an email at kdurrant@shaw.ca.
Perfect. That's one I have. All right, good. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you. Enjoy your day. Keep smiling and keep raising our spirits, because that's what you're doing. Thanks to your spirits and my spirit guides. And thank you. Always
you're
a pleasure
welcome.
really speaking to you. I mean that from the heart. And I know you feel it. Thank you.
Yes.
Have a great day. And to all of our listeners, reach out to Kellee for some of your reading. Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers.
Day-to-day simple tasks can become pretty daunting.
I have to carry my chair up 2 flights of steps or have somebody do it for me.
What scares me the most is just the falling.
When I'm struggling with my house, I think, to have that one great barrier just knocked down, it's crucial.
Home for Our Troops is a wonderful nonprofit that builds a
mortgage-free, fully adaptive, handicap-accessible house.
And there's no catch.
It'll be our very first home that we've ever owned. This is a game changer.
This is where your life begins again.
We need you to join us in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
Because of you, everything's going to be okay.